This loan calculator will change how you invest in real estate. I've seen investors try every single loan calculation method that you can find on the internet over the past couple of years. I've seen spreadsheets, complex formulas, multiple calculators, manual calculations, everything. All of these methods get sold to you like they're simple, but aren't quite as simple as they seem. But in this video, I'm going to give you the simplest loan calculator to help you get 100% funding. I'm going to show you how it works, why it's better than everything else out there, and how you can get started. So what makes our loan calculator so simple? Well, it's fast, it gives clear answers, and it follows industry standards. So when you're analyzing a deal, you don't have hours to spare plugging numbers into multiple tools or waiting for underwriters to get back to you. Our loan calculator allows you to input just a few key pieces of information, the ARV and the rehab costs, and it gives you instant clarity. No jumping through tools or doing complex math by hand. Spreadsheets often hide important metrics or fail to reveal a full picture. They may show you the ARV or rehab cost, but they won't break down your loan cost to ARV ratio or whether you are qualifying for 100% funding. Many standard calculators ignore industry rules too, leaving you to guess whether you'll hit lender requirements or run into hidden fees. Ours makes everything crystal clear, from total loan costs down to down payment requirements, so that you can make an informed decision up front. Now, there's a 70% ARV rule that exists for a reason, to calculate your maximum allowable offer, and thin margins lead to failed deals. So our calculator will ensure that you're staying within a safe range and at or below the maximum allowable offer. Similarly, keeping your loan cost to ARV ratio under 80% is critical for protecting both your investment and the lenders. This tool applies those rules automatically using real numbers instead of wishful thinking. So what is our loan calculator? Well, it's a real-time deal analyzer built to follow the industry standards, but also customized to qualify for our loan program that my partner and I offer. It's not just a calculator, it's a comprehensive tool that instantly checks qualifications, helps you calculate your down payment, and even explore cross-collateral options. The calculator instantly shows you the maximum allowable offer that you should be making on the property and factors in all the upfront costs, so no surprises later. It reveals whether you would qualify for 100% funding with us or if you'll need to bring cash to closing or use cross-collateral. It'll also help you determine how to leverage other assets to reduce out-of-pocket expenses. Most importantly, it prevents risky deals before they even start, protecting you from potential losses. So here's a quick demo of how to use the loan analyzer tool. So with the loan analyzer tool, you really just need a couple of metrics to quickly calculate your numbers. So you need your ARV, and it's important that you have an accurate ARV. So make sure that you're using really good comps to come up with your ARV. But let's say we've got a $500,000 property. We'll drop that into the ARV, and let's say that it needs $60,000 worth of work, okay? All right, this will immediately calculate your maximum allowable offer based on a 70% rate there. So it's gonna drop your ARV by 30%, then subtract your budget, and then it's gonna give you the maximum allowable offer there. Now, just remember, maximum allowable offer is just that. It's the maximum allowable offer. It's the maximum you should probably be paying for that property to make this not razor thin margins for yourself. So it's really important that you recognize that's the maximum you should be paying. And I see offers come in all the time that are $100,000 more than what that price is. So they're not using any kind of formula to come up with their purchase price. So don't be desperate to get a deal. Make sure that you're hitting a price point that is good, that will allow you to make money, that will also service the debt, all of the above. So immediately, this will also spit out what our maximum allowable offer is at purchase. So this is our loan of the purchase price. So we would be willing, on a $500,000 property ARV with $60,000 worth of rehab to be done, we could pay $232,000 for that property. And if you can negotiate your purchase price down to $232,000, we'll cover 100% of that. Unlike with hard money, it's usually 90% loan to cost. Regardless of how low you negotiate that, you're always going to have to bring 10% to the deal. In this particular circumstance, we reward you for better negotiation. And so if you're able to get that price down, will cover 100% of 232,000. Plus, we will have a rehab budget for you as well, and that will be released to you in draws. So the total loan on this one would be $292,000. And then also you'll see the rest of the calculations. So you'll see how much this loan will cost you, and as opposed to your ARV. So you actually leave yourself a very nice profit margin. Now, let's just say, all right, you weren't able to quite negotiate it down to that exact dollar amount that qualifies for 100% funding. Let's say you got it down to, let's go 260. Well, that's still a great loan, and we could do that, but what we would need to do is either you would bring a down payment to cover the difference between the 260 and the 232,000, or if you've got an asset that has enough equity in it, you could potentially leverage an asset for that difference between the 232 and the 260 to cover that down payment, so to speak. Now, let's just say, for instance, you didn't negotiate down very low, and let's say you ended up still purchasing it at 295,000, which is too high. But let's say you did. The loan cost, the total that you would need to pay back would be 83% of the ARV, which is just too thin. It's razor thin for you to have a profit margin, to have a contingency option in case the price needs to be dropped a little bit if the market starts to turn, and to cover closing costs. So we would not want to do cross collateral in that situation because the subject property would not be able to cover that loan. We would be protected as lenders, but you would not be protected as a borrower because we would be taking collateral for a debt that was more than what the subject property would be able to cover. So we need to keep the loan somewhere around the maximum allowable offer or lower in order for that to work. Or you would need to bring some cash to the table in order to make that kind of a loan work. So typically we want to see that you're negotiating at least maximum allowable offer or below. And if you're able to get it down to the maximum allowable loan at purchase right over here, then we will cover 100% of your loan. If you've got cross collateral to cover the difference, and let's say it's still a safe loan at 260 or somewhere around there, and it's below 80% for this loan cost to ARV ratio, then cross collateral could be used so that we would come in and we would cover 100% of that loan too. So there's two ways that you can qualify for 100% funding through us at Creative Cash Partners using this calculator. And that's why this loan calculator is the simplest way for you to get 100% real estate funding. If you want to learn more about how to use this calculator, how to analyze your first deal, and how to get approved for funding, then click the link below to get instant access to our calculator. Click that link now, and I'll see you there.